Let me refresh this. Auto find. So initial appearance 1 p.m. See, look, let's get rid of this one here. Initial appearance. Go ahead and do that one. Let's see. TikTok. And we should be good to go. All right. So they should be starting up the court any moment now. It's going to be Maricopa. Like I said, once again, this is going to be the 1 o'clock court. In Maricopa County, they have numerous hearings throughout the day. This will be the, let me see, they did the 4 a.m., the 7 a.m., the 10 a.m., the one. So this is the fifth one for the day already. Hey, what's up, nalgas? Tumbadas. So this is, they're halfway through their day already. You know, it's non-stop here on these hearings and whatnot. See, oh, gotta get that out of there. There we go. I gotta make sure I get everything correctly over here on this side. I think this is going up. Is anybody tuning in for Maricopa County or Arizona? Let me see here. Refresh. Do we got anybody on here? We got one person on YT, and we got 50-something Ontario. That's right, Jake. Now, lad, how's it going? Mike Joy, EC. Nalgas tumbadas. Gracias for the like. Trying to get it to the FYP. I've been haven't been able to get on in the last almost at least over a week now. Not that much, not as much as I would wanna jump on. I got you. Gracias. All right, the chat is working. Dana, she writes, I'm in Maricopa County. Damn, people are getting arrested. What's going on out there, Maricopa County? Man, we got Mike Joy in El Centro, in Maricopa County, that they gotta have so many court hearings throughout the day. It's like a nonstop funnel of people through the court system, the county jail system. Definitely find that interesting, and I think a lot of you do too, because you guys like jumping on these court hearings. Let me go ahead and test out the sounds. Make sure the sounds are working. First up is gonna be, what up, Nubby Nub? Is gonna be the toilet flush. What the hell is that? That wasn't the toilet flush. Hey, what's up, Rebecca? How's it going? This is the toilet flush. What? All right, that's working. We got the prices wrong. That sounded like aliens were coming. Let me see. Okay, we got the price is wrong is working. Then this sound I'm gonna change it. This was the Nextel chirp one. I think this sound I'm gonna change it over to. What do you guys think? I'm gonna change it to, you know, the peanuts. The peanuts when they were going wah 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 wah. I'm gonna switch it to that. What do you guys think? Or do you guys have a better idea? I only got 4 buttons. I could customize. Denied. And we see, and then we got those two. So on that one, the chirp, what do you guys think? What do you think will be a good sound to switch it to when we're listening to these court hearings here? I say personally, I like the peanut ones. Change it to the actual radio the cops use. Oh, like what? Like, I don't know. Like, let me see, they use like, so it'll go like like that. Is that what you're talking about? The got him. All right. Now I'll write that one down. The got him and the police radio. All right. Got him. Hey, road trip. Gracias. Highly appreciate that. And right now we're just waiting for the court to start up. It looks like they're a little bit behind. So what you guys are not aware of, I'm not sure if you guys caught from these nuts. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. Who ain't got no bitches? Got him. That's what you're talking about, right? Hey, thank God. Thank goodness is Friday. That's right. Any other ideas for the sound effects? So I got the toilet flush. The toilet flush ain't going nowhere. That's mandatory right there. We got that. We got the price is wrong. Then we got the chirp, but that one's the one I'm a switch. And then we got that wah, 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 wah. Bruh. See, thank you, Holly. Hey, damn, road trip, you going bananas. You making it rain like we're at the strip club right now. Shh. Man, maybe I'll get a sound effect of making it rain when you guys bless me. Got no pole back here. Let me see the Jeopardy sound. The ding 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 ding. That one. All right, so that's that. Okay, so we got the Gotham, we got the Jeopardy, we got the police radio. Anything else? Anybody? Hey, come on, you guys got to be some creative bunch here. I can't come up with all of this on my own. Any other ideas? Any other participants? Would you guys like to see what's behind door number 3? Número 3. No sé. Where is everybody at today? You guys at home? You guys are at work? I got that one. I got that one right here. That's Mando. But this is a combination. Work sadly. TikTok T. Hey, I'll be there. I'll be there soon enough. You know, I got a few hours before I got to start walking the plank. So Mike Joy's laughing. At work, day is almost done. My work day hasn't even started yet. So I got to mentally prepare myself here. I was like, man, let me see. Let me jump on at 1 o'clock so we could at least be on for like almost an hour. But, man, it looks like they're definitely dragging their feet over there on the court. Is court coming on? I hope so. Michaela, that's what we're waiting for right now. Let me show you guys. Let me zoom out here. I finally found out the other day that my projector, actually, you could zoom in. I didn't even know that. And you can move it around. So good thing I bought this control because it didn't come with the projector. So there it is. We're waiting for the screen to change. Should I refresh it? Let me see. Let me refresh it. What about it? They started already and we didn't even know. Give me one momento. Let me refresh it because sometimes this thing go. We'll be sitting here and this damn thing already started. Oh, there it is. Okay, go. We're on. But it hasn't started quite yet. As you can see right there, the course there. Let me fix this up here. Oh, man, and the screen's going to be tripping today. Here we go. And I'll fix it up right now so you guys that are on TT, you guys are looking at the projector, you guys will get a little bit of a better view. So what I've been doing right here, because right now it looks bright, you guys can't really see the screen. To make it a little bit darker, what I've been doing is I've been putting these. I've been covering up my computer monitor, so it could be a little bit darker in here, so you guys could see better. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in here. Let me fix this up here. Bam, there we go. Let me zoom this puppy in a little bit more. See right here. Okay, how's that? Is that better for you guys? There, should I zoom in a little bit more? Like that? You think like that would be good, or should I zoom in a little bit more so you guys could see it? And if you guys are seeing that white screen, that I have no control over that. Oh snap. There it is. So this is what I'm covering my computer screen with, so it won't be so bright. It just fell off though. All right, there we go. All right. All rise. Oh, they messed up the screen over here. I hate when they do that. All rise. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. If you want one of these days, I can teach you. Teach me what? I missed the whole message of you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Oh, crap.
Did she say, oh,
Trina.
let me see what Nagra Tumbadas put. Teach me what?
Sorry, everyone. This monitor just turned off, so give me one quick second.
My second job, TikTok lawyer.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Commissioner Hughes.
Buenas tardes a todos. Soy comisionada Hughes.
This is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for Friday, February 7th.
Esta es la lista de vistas incoativas para las 2 de la tarde, hoy, viernes 7 de febrero.
I apologize to you all that we're starting a little bit late. We'll try and make up some time as we go here this afternoon.
Unacceptable, Judge. We got
Disculpen
no
la
patience
demora
over here.
en empezar esta tarde. Trataremos de ponernos a la hora.
Okay, the court's orders for the taking of DNA samples and fingerprints issued on the first calendar of February will apply to the hearings on this calendar.
La orden emitida el primer día de febrero para la toma de muestras de ADN y huellas digitales aplicará a esta lista de casos.
What?
Thank you for joining us in here this afternoon, Mr. Hernandez. Would you like to make your official announcement for the recording?
What up, Casey?
Martín Hernandez, court interpreter.
Thank you very much. Okay, everyone, as we get started in here, I'm going to call each of you into the courtroom one at a time.
Muy bien, para empezar el día de hoy les llamaré que pasen a la sala uno a la vez.
The first time I call your name, I will ask you to move from the chair that you're sitting in right now to one of the blue or green chairs right inside this door.
Cuando llame su nombre por primera vez, estoy pidiendo que se trasladen de su silla donde están ahora a una de las sillas azules o verdes que están justo afuera de la sala.
The second time I call your name, I'll ask you to move from that chair into the courtroom behind this gray podium right in front of me.
La segunda vez que escuchen su nombre, pasarán de esa silla al podio que está en el centro de la sala, enfrente de mí.
Once you're in the courtroom and you're behind the podium, I will start by asking you to state your full name and date of birth before I explain to you why you're here this afternoon.
Thank you, Casey.
Una vez que pasen entre mí, pediré que digan su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento antes de explicarles por qué están aquí esta tarde.
I will also tell you whether you qualify for a public defender to represent you for whatever it is you're here on. If you do not qualify for a public defender, you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense to represent you in your criminal proceedings.
Les diré si califican o no para un abogado de la Defensoría Pública. Si no califican para un abogado de la Defensa Pública, tienen derecho de contratar su propio abogado para asesorarlo en este proceso.
The last thing I'll do is give you the next court hearing dates and times that you'll be required to attend, and then we'll talk about whether you are eligible for release from custody and on what terms if you are.
Les diré cuáles son las razones por las que están detenidos. Les diré si califican o no para estar en libertad provisional y hablaremos de esas condiciones si es que califican.
Thank you, Casey.
In addition to the right to the assistance of counsel, you all also have the right to remain silent.
Aparte de lo que les he dicho, tienen derecho de no hablar.
Anything that you choose to say in the courtroom this afternoon can be used against you at any point in the proceedings.
Cualquier cosa que digan en la sala el día de hoy puede usarse en su contra.
Whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer, there will not be a lawyer in the courtroom this afternoon for purposes of your defense.
Así califiquen para un abogado de la Defensoría Pública o no, no habrá un abogado presente esta tarde aquí para hablar acerca de la defensa ante las acusaciones.
Because you won't have a lawyer in here and because anything you say could be used against you, I will strongly caution all of you against making any statements regarding the facts about why you're here.
Como no habrá un abogado presente el día de hoy para defenderle, les animo a que tengan mucho cuidado de decir algo respecto a los hechos en este caso.
All of the information that you get when you're in the courtroom will be contained in a written document that you will get a copy of when you're done in here and you step back into that room.
Todo lo que les diga aquí cuando pasen ante mí vendrá escrito en un documento que se les entregue cuando regresen a su silla en esa sala.
Please keep that document with you wherever you go from here this afternoon, because in that document will be all the information that you got while you were in the courtroom.
Por favor, guarden ese documento y llévenselo con ustedes, porque en ese documento figurará por escrito toda la información que yo les diga mientras estén ante mí esta tarde.
Okay, can I please have Luis Ibarra Ibanez all the way into the courtroom behind the gray podium?
Señor Luis Ibarra Ibáñez, por favor, pase a la sala. Párese en el podio que está en medio de la sala.
Can I please have your name and date of birth?
Por favor, dígame su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
Luis Humberto Ibarra Ibáñez, 22 de mayo de 1989.
Luis Humberto Ibarra Ibáñez, May 22nd, 1989.
Thank you very much, sir. You are here on allegations of new charges.
Muchas gracias, señor. Usted comparece el día de hoy por acusaciones recientes.
Those allegations are one count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony.
Tiene una acusación de resistir el arresto, un delito de categoría 6.
One count of theft, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Un cargo de robo, una falta de categoría 1.
And one count of obstruction, a Class 2 misdemeanor.
Y un cargo de impedir el flujo en la vía pública o en una autopista.
Did you get the Class 2 misdemeanor?
Sorry, una falta de categoría 2. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for sharing.
I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you.
Dicto que hay fundamento fáctico para estas acusaciones y le ha asignado un abogado.
Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th, both of them at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown.
Tendrá una audiencia preliminar tendrá una audiencia de actualización el 13 de febrero y una audiencia preliminar el 18 de febrero, ambos a las 8:30 de la mañana en el Tribunal Superior del Centro de la ciudad.
On these allegations, I have imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. You can use a bonding company to post that.
He's probably watching us right now on TikTok, so he's nervous. He's
Fijaré
like,
en su caso una fianza
we're
de
on
$2,500. Usted puede recurrir a una compañía de fianzas para que le
Obviously,
ayuden a prestar esa cantidad.
He's not a multitasker.
If you post that bond and you're released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription once you're released.
Si usted presta esa fianza,
I could never be
y
a
es puesto en
translator.
libertad provisional,
I would be
tendrá
forgetting. I'll be
prohibido
like, hey, can
tener
you
drogas
say
sin
that
una
again?
receta
What'd you
médica
say?
y tendrá
Huh?
prohibido
What?
tener armas.
Do you understand those conditions?
¿Entiende estas condiciones?
Sí, pero no voy a
Yes.
salir libre ahorita.
Huh, compa.
Yes, but I'm not going to be released right now.
No.
Not unless you post that bond.
No a menos que preste esa fianza.
Any other questions?
¿Alguna otra pregunta? No,
Está bien.
it's fine.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Adiós,
Muchas
amigo.
gracias. Puede recoger su documento.
Adiós.
Okay, Mr. Interpreter, he was the only individual I had marked as already requesting a Spanish interpreter. Before you disconnect, could you please make an inquiry of the gallery to make sure we don't miss anybody that might need your assistance?
Yes, ma'am. Buenas tardes. Soy el intérprete de la comisionada. Si hay alguna persona en la sala que ocupa el intérprete de español, por favor diga ahora.
Ahora.
Mr. Interpreter, it sounds like they're telling me that the officers are telling me they can't hear you in the gallery. Can they hear me? Okay. Mr. Interpreter, this is what I did the last time this happened. If you could tell me, if you could say, do you need a Spanish interpreter very slowly, I will repeat it. And hopefully anybody that needs one will understand my attempt at Spanish and raise their hand.
¿Qué? Well, this is a first. This should be interesting.
¿Alguna persona
¿Alguna persona
ocupa
what?
Ocupa intérprete de español?
Intérprete de español.
¿Qué? What the fuck?
Okay, it looks like nobody has indicated that they also require your assistance. Thank you for helping me get through that. You are free to disconnect, Mr. Interpreter.
Mandatory.
You did a pretty good job with that.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay,
she's guilty.
Can I please have Lujeta Castrati or Lujeta Castrati to the podium in the courtroom? Daryl White, if you'd work your way to the chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
This is comedy here.
Castrati, 9/6/1989.
Thank you very much, Ms. Castrati. You are here on two different matters. The first matter you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of aggravated assault, that is a felony offense, 4 counts of endangerment, 1 count of assault, and 4 counts of disorderly conduct. Those last 9 counts are all misdemeanor offenses. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing the 18th. Those will both be at 8:30 downtown. On those new allegations, I have imposed a $25,000 secured appearance bond. The second matter that you're here on is an allegation that those new charges violated term 1 of your probation. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you in the probation case. Your next hearing in that matter will be a revocation arraignment February 13th at 8:30. On that probation matter, you are not eligible for release on bond. That means you will be held in custody without bond on the probation case, at least until you see the probation judge on February 13th. That hearing that you'll see the probation judge on is the same date and time as your first hearing on those new charges. So once you see the probation judge, if after that hearing you become bond eligible, you could then post the bond on the new charges to be released from custody.
May I say something, Your Honor?
No.
You may. I will caution you if this is about the underlying facts and you don't have a lawyer present. So if that's what you want to say, I would hold it and wait till you have a lawyer present. If what you want to say is something about your release conditions, then I invite you to make that comment.
So, why can't, I'll post a bond off of my house or whatever I gotta do, but all those charges, Your Honor, this is like, I would never hurt my kids. This is about my kids. I've been to jail on all this. This is important for me to solve this case. I got all the evidence. If I get out, I'll get the sheriff, the human trafficking thing. I got a case.
So this is all stuff that you need to talk to your lawyer about.
But to the 13th, it'll be too late, Your Honor.
Well, you'll have the phone number to the public defender's office. You could start calling them now. If you think that they could help you now start preserving evidence that you might have. So I would say when you get back into the facility, use this paperwork, call the public defender's office, see if you can get a hold of a lawyer that can help you either preserve evidence or help start building your defense. But all of that information is information that you need to share with your lawyer, not with me here today.
I know, but why can't you just release me on both bonds? Put a $50,000 on both of them, or 25 and 25.
Because on that probation case, here's the deal. On the probation matter, the underlying allegations in this new case are substantially similar to the allegations or the charges that you were convicted on and put on probation on. Because of that, it appears likely that you will be facing a term of incarceration if you are convicted on these new charges. So because of that, on the probation case, you're not eligible for release on bond. Any other questions?
Next.
Your Honor, I'm a mother.
Next.
Listen, I can't change those release conditions. And so I'm not going to negotiate with you about your release conditions. If you don't understand them, I will help you understand what you can and can't do coming out of this court, but I'm not going to change those release conditions.
Is there a way, like, you could just do 2 days to go see the court?
I can't change those court dates. No, those court dates are set by the system. So I can't get you to that court any sooner.
See you in
Any
5
other
years.
questions?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and step back and get your paperwork.
She did something to her
Daryl
kids.
White to the podium in the courtroom,
not sure
please.
what.
Justin Yancey
They didn't
to
say.
the chair.
But, hey, what do you guys think the next individual is going to be here for? Wrong answers and emojis only, please.
Good afternoon. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Daryl White, 6372.
Thank you very much, Mr. White. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. It is a Class 3 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation and appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On this allegation, I have imposed a $15,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you're released from custody, you cannot have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses, and you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription. Whether or not you are released from custody, you are ordered to strictly comply with the terms of any orders of protection or orders against harassment that either have been or might later be served upon you. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. White. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Hey, does anybody
Justin Yancey to the podium in the courtroom, please. Karen Zeich to the chair.
Does anybody remember when the shopping cart incident happened?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Justin Yancey, 1192.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yancey. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is 1 count of disorderly conduct involving weapons. It is a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On this allegation, I have imposed a $10,000 secured appearance bond. Secured appearance means you can use a bonding company. If you post that bond and you're released from custody, you cannot have contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons while this criminal case is pending. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Hey, do you guys remember what day it was? Was it Maricopa County or
Karen
Pima County?
Zeich to the podium in the courtroom, please. Julian Martinez, if you would please work your way to the chair.
I don't remember. I got to go look it up. But if you guys remember, you guys can help me narrow it down. I'll clip it. I should have done it the other day, but I just been overwhelmed.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Karen Zeich, 22467.
Thank you very much, Ms. Zeich. You are here on allegations of new charges.
What is she
The allegations against you are 1 count of narcotic drug possession for sale, 1 count of dangerous drug possession for sale. They are both Class 2 felonies. 1 count of dangerous drug possession for use, 1 count of narcotic drug possession for use. They are both Class 4 felonies. And 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, I have imposed a $10,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot return to the scene where you were arrested, and you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
I don't understand the charges.
You can talk to your lawyer about the charges. So here's what I'll tell you is based on the information provided to me by law enforcement, when you were apprehended, you had both methamphetamine and fentanyl. It looks like law enforcement has indicated that you had told them that the fentanyl was in your possession to be sold, and the methamphetamine in your possession exceeded the statutory threshold for personal use. So that's why I found probable cause to support the sale offenses. If you disagree with that, think that's inaccurate, or have defenses, talk to your lawyer about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's why I'm finding probable cause, because if law enforcement has the information they say they have, it would support those allegations. It would meet the legal requirements or the legal elements of those crimes. This is not a determination that you did in fact commit those, though. So talk to your lawyer if you think that that's inaccurate. You have every right, to challenge that evidence and build a defense.
So what is the status? What's it? The first court date is
a status conference?
What is that?
It's the first opportunity for you and your lawyer to meet with a trial judge, the judge that will hear you on the underlying facts, and it will set the dates for the rest of the hearing. And depending on the conversation between you and your lawyer will talk to the trial judge about where this case goes from that hearing forward.
Is treatment ever offered? And I was told by the officers if I had anything to tell them I would have it, tell them I had it, I wouldn't get charged.
Ooh.
Well, law enforcement never is responsible for charging. That's always the county attorney's office. So law enforcement never dictates whether or not the county attorney is going to bring a charge. And whether or not treatment is an option, that's something you'll want to talk to your lawyer about. There are options for drug and rehabilitation courts. I don't know what the specific requirements are. I don't know whether all cases qualify or if you have to have certain qualifiers. So if that's something you're interested in, talk to your lawyer either at your next hearing or use the phone number in your release paperwork to try and get a hold of them before you go to that hearing.
So I won't talk to anybody for 5 days?
Unless you try to call them, you'll meet with your lawyer the first time at your hearing. But you have the phone number if you want to reach out to him before that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No. Well, yeah, but no.
For me here today?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Ike. You can step back and get your paperwork. Julian Martinez to the podium in the courtroom, please. Michael Wilson to the chair.
All right,
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Julian Martinez, May 27, 2004.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martinez. You are here on allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of obstruction, 1 count of failing to obey law enforcement, those 2 are Class 2 misdemeanors, and 1 count of criminal trespassing, which is a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. And on these allegations, I have imposed a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you're released, you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Vatos locos
Thank you, Mr.
forever.
Martinez. You can step back and get your paperwork. Michael Wilson to the podium in the courtroom, please. Frank Romero, if you would please work your way to the chair.
Hey, you're welcome. Hey, I haven't had time, but this is going to be...
Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Michael
right now.
Wilson, May 2nd, 1990.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson. You're here on 2 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new criminal offenses. Those allegations are 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, that's a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of failing to admit you were carrying a deadly weapon, that is a misdemeanor offense. I have found probable cause to support those new allegations, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings on the new allegations, the new criminal allegations, will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. Those will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On those allegations, I have imposed a $5,000 secured appearance bond. The second matter that you're here on is a child support arrest warrant. The family court judge in that family court case has issued a cash purge on that child support warrant of $500. That cash purge is the amount that you must post in cash on the family warrant in order to be eligible for release from custody. If you post that cash purge and you post the $5,000 bond on the criminal case, you would be released from custody. If you don't post both of those bonds, you'll remain in custody, but you'll be transported to all of your court hearings. Whether or not you remain in custody, you must attend a return hearing on the child support warrant. That hearing is set for February 11th at 10 a.m. Under Arizona law, I cannot modify, reduce, or eliminate that cash purge. I am required by Arizona law to ask you 2 questions. I will tell you before I ask you these questions, Mr. Wilson, you are not under any obligation to answer them. You can say, no, thank you, move on, I'm not going to answer. All of those things are completely fine. First question is there anything you want the court to know about your present ability to pay the cash purge?
I can pay the $500 cash. I just have to get a hold of my phone. I can do that.
Okay. Second question, again, I will remind you, you are not under any obligation to answer it. Is there anything you want this court to know about being held in custody unless and until that cash purge is paid?
Only thing I can say is right now I'm trying to get my daughters back from CPS, which I have visitations with them tomorrow from 1 to 5. And then I also have work from Sunday through Wednesday because I'm a DSP driver. So if I can't get the $5,000, this is going to ruin my life. For me getting my daughters back is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And I've been dealing with getting them back for like a year now.
Okay. All right, as I indicated earlier, I can't modify, reduce, or eliminate that cash purge, so you will have to post that in order to be eligible for release on the child support warrant. That is cash. The $5,000 on the new criminal case is not cash. That's secured appearance. So you could use a bonding company to post that bond. So what I would suggest perhaps you do is if you think you can post the $500 in cash, perhaps call a couple bonding companies about the $5,000 and see what their requirements might be. Because if you post one and not the other, it's not going to secure your release from custody.
Okay.
Okay, do you understand that information?
Yeah.
Okay, all that should be, not the part about the bonding companies, but the rest of those requirements will be in your release paperwork, so just keep that paperwork when you get back into the facility.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Hey, Adam. Hey, gracias. Highly appreciate
Frank
those.
Romero to the podium in the courtroom, please. Cherish Cool to the chair.
Hey, I appreciate those 20 Canadian
man?
dollars.
Good, can I have your name and date of birth?
My name is Frank Romero, 42890.
Thank you very much, Mr. Romero. You're here on 3 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of defacing a deadly weapon, that is a Class 6 felony. 1 count of failing to admit you were carrying a deadly weapon, that's a Class 1 misdemeanor. And 1 count of knowingly displaying a false or fictitious license plate, that's a Class 2 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to support those new allegations, and I've appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings on those new allegations will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On those new allegations, I have imposed a $5,000 secured appearance bond. The other 2 matters you're here on are both failure to appear warrants issued by the El Mirage Municipal Court. It looks like one is on criminal speeding and displaying a false license plate. The other is driving on a suspended license. On those 2 misdemeanor warrants, you are entitled to a lawyer for purposes of release conditions. The lawyer on those misdemeanor cases will be appointed by the El Mirage judge at your next hearing. Your next hearing on those 2 warrants will be an arraignment hearing February 18th at 8 o'clock in the morning. On both of those misdemeanor warrants, you have a $75 secured appearance bond. So $150 on the 2 misdemeanors, $5,150 total for all 3 cases. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons or operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am. And one thing with the $5,000, how does that work? How much is it to bond out with that?
So if you want to go through a bonding company, you'll have to contact them for their specific requirements. My general understanding is that bonding companies typically require somewhere between 10 and 20% up front, but they have additional requirements on the back end.
Okay.
So 10% of $5,000
if you could tell me
is $500. 20% would be $1,000, but you would need the full $150, and I'm not quick enough to tell you what 5% of $5,150 is. I think it's $515, but don't quote me. If you want to go through a bonding company back in the facility, there's a list of bonding companies and their phone numbers. You can find one of those lists or ask any of the officers to point you to one and use any of the phones. You could call every single bonding company on that list if you wanted to get their requirements.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
Hey,
no, ma'am.
This guy.
Thank you, sir.
And then my next court is when, though?
So your first hearing on the misdemeanor warrant, well, your hearing on the misdemeanor warrants is the 18th. Your first hearing on the new allegations is the 13th.
He's
so
going
the
to the
13th
feds.
and the 18th are your hearings.
Hey, this vato thought he was Jason Bourne
Okay. All right. Thanks, Mr. Romero.
with the defacing
Cherish
the
Cool to the
weapon.
podium in the courtroom, please. Tracy
Is he in
Calvert
the
to the chair.
Matrix? He defaced a pew pew, and he has some license plates. So I think he was trying to bust a
Can I have your name and date of birth?
Bourne identity.
Excuse me. Cherish Liberty is on Cool
What up, Randy?
41287.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cool. You are here on 2 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of burglary, a Class 3 felony, and 1 count of a dangerous drug violation, a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings on those new allegations will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On those new allegations, I have imposed a $5,000 secured appearance bond. The second matter that you're here on is a probation violation warrant. In that case, a petition to revoke your probation has been filed. It alleges that you have violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I have appointed a lawyer to defend you in the probation case. Your next court hearing in that matter will be a revocation arraignment hearing February 13th at 8:30 downtown. On the probation warrant, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. So your total bond will be $5,500. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you cannot return to the scene where you were arrested for the new offenses, and you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am. What is terms 3 and 5?
Both of them have to do with reporting to adult probation. I think term 3 is reporting on a specific schedule. I think term 5 has to do with where you reside and whether or not it's approved by adult probation. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Hey, thank you. For those
Tracy
of you guys are following,
Calvert to the podium in the courtroom.
highly
please.
appreciate it.
Anastasia Rodriguez to the chair.
Follow. It's free 99. Doesn't cost you anything. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr.
Can I have your
Krabby
name and
Patty.
date of birth, please?
Tracy Lee Calvert, 8/29/1964.
Thank you very much, Ms. Calvert. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, that is a class 5 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest, and 2 counts of driving under the influence while being impaired to the slightest degree. Those last 3 allegations are all class 1 misdemeanors. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, I have imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. If that bond is posted, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services for weekly alcohol testing. If you post that bond and you are released, you are ordered not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And if you're released from custody, you cannot operate a motor vehicle as long as this criminal case remains pending. Do you understand those conditions?
Can you explain the bond part again, please?
Sure. So you have to post a $2,500 secured appearance bond to secure your release from custody. Secured appearance means you have the option of using a bonding company. So there's 3 ways to post a bond. One is somebody could go to the 4th Avenue Bonds and Fines office and just post that bond for you. The second option is you could use money on your jail books if you have any to self-bond out. The third option is you can go through a bonding company. And if you want to go through a bonding company, what I would encourage you to do is find a list of you could either call somebody, a friend, family member, and say, hey, I have a $2,500 bond, get a hold of a bonding company, get me out. Or you could call a bonding company from back in the facility. There's a list posted in a bunch of different places back in the jail, or any officer back in the facility could probably get you a list of bonding companies, and you can use any of the phones either in this facility or any other facility to call 1, 2, or all of those bonding companies if you want to.
Okay, and the amount is $2,500?
That's the amount of the bond. So if you go through a bonding company, I think that most bonding companies will offer you an ability to pay less up front, but they will impose requirements on the back end. So if you are trying to decide what to do and how to get that posted, I would say maybe call a bonding company and see what their requirements are before you decide what to do.
So I can pay a lesser amount up front and then the rest of it according to the terms of the bonding company?
Yeah, so I think usually what they require is a down payment plus a pledge of collateral for the remainder. And then I don't know whether you ever have to pay that so the way that a bond works is if you post that, as long as you appear at all of your court hearings and comply with all of the conditions of the court, at the conclusion of your case, that bond money is released to you. So if somebody posts it for you, that amount that is posted would be released to whoever paid it. If you go through a bonding company, you have to make that required down payment. I don't know whether they require you to pay the remaining amount or not, because they would just get it back. So I'm not sure how all of that works.
I can find out.
So yeah, I would say call a bonding company, but I would get the information from them on how that works before you decide how to get that posted.
Okay, and as long as either a bonding company or the full amount is posted today, then I'm released on the conditions that you outlined?
Yes, once that bond is is posted, you will go into the release process. The release process can take several hours depending on how many people are waiting to be released. But yes, as soon as that bond is posted, you are release eligible. Then I would just say be patient through the release process, but you would eventually be released.
And is that called released on my own recognizances, or that's released on according to the terms that you've outlined?
That's released after posting a bond with conditions.
With conditions, and the conditions you said are
no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, weekly alcohol testing, no driving.
Okay, so no driving until the case is complete.
Or you get a different order from a court that allows you to drive.
Okay, so that's immediate, just no driving.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome. And all that information is, other than the information about the bonding company, is in your release paperwork. And the jail staff knows very well how to get bonds posted. So if you walk back and forget everything I said, they can always help you with your options to getting a bond posted.
Okay, I think I understood you.
Okay, very good. Go ahead and step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Anastasia Rodriguez,
So
to the
many
podium
questions.
in the courtroom, please. Veronica Romero, to the chair.
Hey, what do you guys think the next individual is going to be here for?
Anastasia Rodriguez, 9/19/1997.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rodriguez. You are here on 3 different matters. The first matter you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of criminal trespassing, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, also a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings on those new allegations will be a status conference February 13th, and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. Both of those will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On those new allegations, I have imposed a $1,000 secured appearance bond. The other 2 matters you're here on are both probation violation allegations.
What?
In both of those cases, the allegation is that those new charges violated term 1 of your probation. I have appointed a lawyer for you in both of those probation cases. Your next court hearing in each of the probation matters will be a revocation arraignment hearing February 13th at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On each of the probation matters, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. So your total bond for all 3 cases will be $2,000. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you're released, you cannot go back to the scene where you were allegedly trespassing, and you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rodriguez.
My bond will be posted in a couple hours then.
Okay, very
Thank
good. Then you'll be
God.
eligible for release. Make sure you keep that paperwork, though, so that you know
Okay.
what your release conditions are.
Thank you.
Next!
Okay, Veronica Romero to the podium in the courtroom, please. Gregory Durham to the chair.
What do you guys think this next individual is going to be up here? Wrong answers and emojis
Can I have your
preferred.
name and date of birth, please?
Yes, Veronica Romero, 6/18/1985.
Thank you very much, Ms. Romero. You are here on 2 different matters. The first matter you're here on is an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is 1 count of dangerous drug possession. It is a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation, and I've appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th, and then a preliminary hearing the 18th. Those will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that new allegation, I've imposed a $1,000 secured appearance bond. The second matter you're here on is a probation violation warrant. In that case, a petition to revoke your probation was filed. It alleges that you have violated terms 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer for you in the probation case. Your next hearing will be a revocation arraignment February 13th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On the probation matter, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. So your total bond will be $1,250, all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you cannot return to the scene where you were arrested, and you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Ms. Romero. You can step back and get your paperwork. Gregory Durham to the podium in the courtroom.
What do you
please.
guys
Casey
think
Simpson
Durham
to
is
the
here
chair.
for? Huh? DV? A little bit of carga? What do you guys think this?
Good afternoon, sir. Can I please have your name and date of birth?
Yes, Gregory Durham, 8/11/59.
Thank you, Mr. Durham. You are here on 4 different matters. The first matter is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations and appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 13th and then a preliminary hearing February 18th. They will both be in the Superior Court downtown at 8:30 in the morning. The other three matters you're here on are all probation violation allegations, the allegation being that those new charges violated Term 1. I have appointed a lawyer for you in all three probation cases. Your next hearing in each of the probation cases will be a revocation arraignment February 13th at 8:30 downtown. On all four of these matters, I've imposed a $500 secured appearance bond each. So your total bond will be $2,000. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you're released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
He's in the
Thank you,
moon
Mr.
right
Dern.
now.
You can step back and get your paperwork.
This guy's gone.
Casey Simpson
Straight
to the
moon.
podium in the courtroom, please. Brittany Parra to the chair.
Next up on The Price is Wrong, let's see what's door behind. Numero uno.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please,
we
sir?
love you.
Casey Simpson, February 5th, 1997.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simpson. You are here on a probation violation warrant. Well, it's a warrant issued by the probation court. It's a failure to appear warrant saying that you did not appear at a revocation arraignment hearing. You already have a lawyer assigned to you in that probation case. That's true whether you've met with that lawyer or not. That lawyer will continue to represent you. Your next court hearing will be a new revocation arraignment hearing. It will take place February 13th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown, and you have a $500 secured appearance bond on that warrant. If you post that and you're released, you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription, and if you're released from custody within 3 days of being released, you have to call your probation officer. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Simpson. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Mr. Simpson.
Brittany Parra to the podium in the courtroom, please. Renee Kinner to the chair.
Where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Highly appreciate it.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Brittany Nicole Parra, 6/27, 1989.
Thank you very much, Ms. Parra. You are here on a bench warrant issued by the Superior Court when you failed to appear at a status conference in an existing felony drug case. You already have a lawyer assigned to you in that case. That lawyer will continue to defend you. Your next court hearing will be a status conference February 18th at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown, and you have a $500 secured appearance bond on that warrant. If you post that bond and you're released from custody, you are ordered not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription once you're released. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Parra. You can step back and get your paperwork. Renee Kinner to the podium in the courtroom, please. Nicholas Long to the chair.
Next up on The Price is Wrong, let's see what's behind door numero dos. Hey, thank you for the follow.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Maria Elizabeth Kinner, 8580.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kinner. You are here on 3 probation violation warrants. In all 3 cases, petitions to revoke your probation have been filed. They allege that you have violated terms 1, 3, and 5. I have appointed a lawyer for you in all 3 cases. Your next court hearing in each of these cases will be a revocation arraignment hearing February 13th at 8:30. It'll be in the probation court downtown. And on these 3 warrants, you have a total secured appearance bond of $700. It's $250 on 2 of the 3 warrants, $200 even on the 3rd. So a total of $700. All of that is secured appearance. If you post that and you're released, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kinner. You can step back and get your paperwork. Nicholas Long to the podium in the courtroom, please. George Kotzelis to the chair.
Or Nick Long. All right, Nick Long is coming
Good
up.
afternoon. Can I please have your name and date of birth?
Yeah, that's
Nicholas Long, date of birth January 27th, 1990.
Thank you, Mr. Long. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation was filed. It alleges that you have violated terms 3, 5, and 7 of your probation. I have appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment hearing. It will take place February 13th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown, and you have a $100 secured appearance bond on that warrant. Wow. If you post that bond and you're released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. And if you are released within 3 days of being released, you must call your probation officer.
Question?
Yep.
So it's $100 total?
$100 total, yes.
Okay.
I got that in my sock. Let me
Okay,
pull it
you're
out.
welcome. Go ahead and sit back and get your paperwork.
$100, man. Shh, I got that
George
in my ashtray.
Costellas to the podium in the courtroom, please. Alvina Johnson to the chair. Good afternoon, sir. May I please have your name and date of birth?
George Katselas, December 4th, 1981.
Thank you very much, Mr. Katselas. You are here on an initial arrest warrant issued by the University Lakes Justice Court alleging a new misdemeanor allegation of theft. The warrant alleges that theft occurred 10/20 of 2024. You are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer on this warrant for purposes of release conditions, and I've appointed that lawyer for you. Your next hearing on this warrant will be an arraignment hearing February 12th. It will be at 8:30 in the University Lakes Justice Court, and you have a $100 secured appearance bond on that warrant. If you post that bond and you're released, in addition to attending that court hearing February 12th, you are ordered not to have contact with the alleged victim of the underlying theft, if there is one and you know who that person is, and you can't possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Katselas. You can sit back and get your paperwork.
And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button.
Alvina Johnson to the podium in the courtroom, please. Maurice Gale to the chair.
It's free 99. Doesn't cost you anything. Don't be a Krabby Patty. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Follow.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Alvina Johnson, 10/14/1995.
Thank you very much, Ms. Johnson. You are here on a failure to appear warrant issued by the Hacienda Justice Court on a misdemeanor driving on a suspended license case.
Correct.
Because the allegation in that case is a misdemeanor, the nature of that charge does not entitle you to a court-appointed lawyer. If you wish to be represented in that case and you don't already have a lawyer, you will have to hire one at your own expense. Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing February 26th at 9 o'clock in the morning at the Hacienda Justice Court. I am releasing you on your own recognizance, so it will be your responsibility to get yourself to that hearing February 26th.
Okay.
Once you are released from custody, you are ordered not to operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license.
Okay.
Do you understand those conditions?
I do.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. You can sit back and get your paperwork.
If you love your parents,
Maurice Gale to the podium in the
hit the
courtroom,
follow.
please. Jose Trevino to the chair.
if you hate your parents, hit the follow. Just follow. I'm doing what the...
Good afternoon, may I please have your name and date of birth?
Maurice Gill at 12/3/95.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gale. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of assault and 1 count of disorderly conduct. They are both Class 1 misdemeanors. Even though these are misdemeanor allegations, I have determined that you are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. That lawyer will be appointed for you by the next judge you see at your next court hearing. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing February 26th. It'll be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to take place in the Goodyear Municipal Court. I am releasing you on your own recognizance, so you will be released from custody, and it will be your responsibility to get yourself to the Goodyear Court February 26th. Once you are out of custody, you are ordered not to return to the scene where these events took place. You cannot have any contact with the alleged victim or victims or any alleged witnesses. You also cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription, and you are also strictly ordered to comply with the terms of any orders of protection, if any have been or are later served upon you. Do you understand those conditions?
No, I don't understand.
Okay, what do you not understand?
New charges. What new charges?
Assault and disorderly conduct. It was the first thing I told you.
But I'm saying I ain't never been charged with nothing.
Well, you just got arrested and you were booked in on those charges. So when you go to court on the 26th, you'll find out whether formal legal charges have been filed.
Okay, so my guns, right? They was inside the in my car in the back. The officer said that they couldn't lock them in the car, so they took it in. So, but you just told me I can't get my guns, and they took they ain't have no
if
reason
law
to take my
enforcement has
guns.
your guns, there's nothing I can do about that.
So can I still go get them and
Well,
put
you
them
can't
up?
possess weapons while this case is pending. So no, I would encourage you not to go get them.
But they got my keys and stuff too. That's
So
crazy.
you can have your keys, but you can't possess any weapons. So if you go, assuming law enforcement is willing to release property to you, you can take possession of your wallet, keys, whatever they have that is not weapons. But if you take possession of those weapons, you will instantly be in violation of these release orders, and you could be rearrested for violating these release conditions.
What?
So while this case is pending, I would suggest perhaps you let law enforcement keep your weapons and then go collect them when this case is over.
Man, I can't be out here like that, man. So when my court date?
February 26th.
What the what? Hey, Gumby.
Okay, Jose Trevino to the podium in the courtroom, please. Vanessa Gonzalez to the chair.
That fool just took off. He left. He's gone. I don't want to deal with this.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Jose Trevino, 52802.
Thank you very much, Mr. Trevino. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of shoplifting and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession. They are both class 1 misdemeanors. I have found probable cause to support those allegations. Because they are misdemeanor offenses, the nature of those charges does not entitle you to a court-appointed lawyer. You still have the right to have a lawyer defend you, but if you want a lawyer, you will have to hire one at your own expense.
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing February 25th. It will be at 8 o'clock in the morning in the El Mirage Municipal Court. I am releasing you on your own recognizance, so you will be responsible for getting yourself to that hearing. You'll have date, time, phone number, and address for the court in your paperwork, so please keep that. Once you're out of custody, you're ordered not to return to the scene where the alleged shoplifting allegation took place, and you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Trevino. You can step back and get your paperwork. Vanessa Gonzalez to the podium in the courtroom, please. Kate Myron to the chair.
That's her dad. You guys ain't
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Vanessa Nicole Gonzalez, March 8, 1997.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gonzalez. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of reckless driving, a class 2 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal speeding, a class 3 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to support those allegations. Because they are misdemeanor offenses, you don't qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. If you wish to have a lawyer defend you against those allegations, you will have to hire a lawyer at your own expense. Your next court hearing on these allegations will be an arraignment hearing February 25th. It will be at 8 o'clock in the morning in the El Mirage Municipal Court. I am releasing you on your own recognizance, so you will be released from custody, and it will be your responsibility to get to the El Mirage Court February 25th at 8 a.m. In your release paperwork, you'll have the address and phone number for that court. If you need directions, don't know where it is, please keep that paperwork so you have their contact information. Once you are out of custody, you are ordered not to operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. You can step back and get your paperwork. Kate Myron to the podium in the courtroom,
highly
please.
appreciate that. Where is this? This is Maricopa County in Arizona.
Can I have your name and date of birth?
Kate Myron, 21185.
Thank you very much, Ms. Myron. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of narcotic drug possession for sale. That is a class 2 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference February 21st, and then a preliminary hearing February 25th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I am releasing you on your own recognizance, so you will be released from custody. That means it's going to be your responsibility to get yourself to those next court hearings. Once you're released from custody, you are ordered not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Myron. I need to ask my clerk to reprint your paperwork, but she'll reprint it and we'll bring it out to you if you step back to your left. You make a switch out, please, officer. Thanks.
Hey, thank you, Rod. Highly appreciate that. And Adam,
Yes.
appreciate those 20 Canadian
Okay,
dollars.
number 27 on the calendar, Benjamin Green, date of birth 8/18/79, is not in the courtroom because he poses a danger to himself. He is here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against him are 2 counts of causing criminal damage and 2 counts of abuse of a venerated object. They are all misdemeanor allegations. Because they are misdemeanor allegations, he is not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. His next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing February 25th at 2 p.m. in the Arrowhead Justice Court, and I am releasing him on his own recognizance.
OR. What up, GA?
If anything changes when I visit Mr. Green's cell site, I will come back in and update this recording. Otherwise, this court will stand in recess until 5 p.m.
5 p.m. All right, so the next hearing is gonna be 4 p.m. if you're in Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. if you're in Mountain Time, and if you're anywhere else, I couldn't tell you what time that's gonna be. You're gonna have to look up at your world clock. Hey, Gail, highly appreciate the follow. Let me see. Kiss my Woo! Follow. Gracias, highly appreciate it. 2 Eastern. Hey, appreciate you guys. For you guys that are following, highly appreciate you. James, are you in Cali? All day, every day. Yeah, Ohio. Hey, thank you, the enforcer. Highly appreciate that. Born and raised in California, in the Los Angeles area, downtown LA to be specific, but all over LA County, the West Side, Mid City, downtown LA, the SGB. I've been all over the place. And let me see. I was raised in California, now in West Virginia. Man, I was out there last week. I was out in that area. I was in North Carolina, Randy. Let me see. The IE. That's right. So so for anybody that's wondering that what I do here, pretty much is this. All right. So we'll do initial appearances from court. Let me see. We also do parole board hearings. We also do phone calls from prison. We got that GTL, global tail link, or garbage tail link, whatever way you wanna say. Also, we do releases when people get released from prison. I'll be showing up with the one-man camera crew, which would be me. I'll be showing up there. We do video visits, so we do a little bit of everything. We do it. We go full circle here. Even when they come out, we'll go ahead and follow up with them in person. I recently did a in-person interview in North Carolina from an individual that was wrongfully convicted and exonerated and released. He's been out for 9 years. I need to go ahead and edit his interview. His name is Ray Jennings, and you guys might have seen him on Dayline NBC on episodes named as follows: The Man That Knew Too Much, The Girl in the Blue Mustang. And the incident took place in the Palmdale, Lancaster area at the train station, just to go ahead and set the scene for you guys. So I'll be uploading that clips of that over the next few weeks, and eventually I'll go ahead and release the full interview. But yeah, he was fully exonerated. Man, imagine that, going to prison, getting railroaded, spending 9 years in prison, all right, for something you didn't do. And not only that, if you're not familiar with the system, if you're not about that life, if you've never been entrenched, in the streets, getting incarcerated, like you're just off the street, you walk in, man, like boom, like here I am, but like what are the rules? You don't know. And sometimes people don't let you know what the rules are. It's messed up. They just let you, just checking you out and see what kind of mistakes you do and get yourself in a wreck real quick. But yeah. So I was able to talk to him for about almost 2 hours while I was out there in North Carolina. Man, I appreciate that. And sometimes I do things like that. Whenever people refer people to me, I try to meet up with them. I'm not big on doing like Zoom or over the internet type of interviews, unless you're incarcerated. If you're incarcerated, that's the only way you could do it. But if you're out here, we're gonna meet up in person for sure. I'm not gonna cheat. I wouldn't cheat you guys. I wouldn't do that to you guys. It's not right. It's not right. Anyways, so that's pretty much, what we do around here. If you haven't done so, please do so. I would highly appreciate it if you hit that follow button. Like I say around here, it's free 99, doesn't cost you anything. I'm not asking anybody for any money, but what I am asking you for is for a follow. That's what I want from you guys. Also, if you guys could go ahead and do me a favor, do me a solid, if you will. Hey, Coco, highly appreciate that follow right there. If you guys could go ahead and check out my profile, check out some of the videos I got right there. Hey, start from the bottom up. I be seeing those videos. Start from the bottom up. Hit the little bookmark. Hit the repost and just go up. Pop, pop, pop. Just go up the line. Hey, hook me up. I'm trying to turn this into something. And the only way I could do it is by you guys helping me. I can't do this by myself. I could sit here behind the camera and put these streams up, do these phone calls, do the interviews, but it's up to you guys to help me. Reach that higher level, if you will. We're on our way to 20,000 subscribers. So all of you that are watching and subscribing, I really appreciate you. Un chingo de gracias. All right. So if you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to ask them right now. If not, then we'll go ahead and, call it a day. The next stream will be in about a little bit under 2 hours. And yeah, that's where we're at. Hey, what's up, Sierra? How's it going? Hey, Mike Joy, thank you. I really appreciate that. So yeah, all that stuff that you guys are doing, tapping the screen, getting us into the FYP, sharing, all that stuff helps, the channel grow. Hey, God's gift, really appreciate you sending those $5 via Cash App. highly appreciate it. Like I said, it's not required, but if you guys bless me, then hey, highly appreciate it. All right. Like I said, what I want from you guys is that follow. I want your time. I don't want your pork chop. I want your time. You know, because that'll get us into the algorithm. You know. Let me say, hey, Rudy, gracias for that follow. Highly appreciate it. God's gift. You need to be careful. You don't want to get Why would I get shadow banned? Oh no, now I'm scared. Michael, I like your live streams and videos. Hey, highly appreciate it, Michael. Highly appreciate it. God's gift, very welcome. So yeah, hey, man, you know what? This whole, this journey through YT and TikTok is definitely eye opening. Prior to that, I had no presence on social media. Too many like on the videos. I don't get too many. It's been, like a few weeks ago, we're hitting over 100,000 and 200,000 taps. But right now, it's kind of been declining just because I haven't been on as much. Life puts those restraints on me where I'm not able to jump on as much as I can, as much as I would. If it was up to me, I'll be here. I'll be doing 10, 12-hour shifts. But I gotta do breaks in between that. I gotta attend to my family. I got a 6-year-old daughter, and she requires a lot of attention, and she has a lot of energy. So she does give me a run for my money. She has me running up and down the house, But whenever I could jump on these, I do. Today, this is going to be my last stream that I'm going to be participating with you guys because I got other things to attend to. But if you want to continue watching the hearings throughout the day, we have another one coming at 4 p.m. After that, we got 6, 7, and 10 p.m. And that'll be the last one for the day. I have those streams running on YT. And if you go over here to right here where it says @CollectCallFrom, type that in on the other social media platform. The one with the red logo with the white icon or with the white triangle. You guys could go ahead and catch those streams right there. And that's where I archive all my interviews. Everything's on there. We got hours and hours of hundreds of hours of playlists on there that could definitely keep you entertained. Either where if you're on long drives, if you're on the plane, download them to your phone. If you're at work, because hey, at work you gotta be double dipping. You gotta be working, but you gotta also be doing something that you're enjoying. Because if you're like me, you don't enjoy your job. So you gotta, do other things to keep your mind distracted. Your mind might be in work. I mean, your body might be at work, but you definitely don't want your mind to be there. Well, unless you're like doing like brain surgery or you're like a doctor or something. You don't want to clip the wrong attendant or the wrong vein or something like that, because that'll be all bad. But if you're doing something that doesn't require a lot of thinking, you definitely want to jump on here. Anyhow, hey, like I say around here, I am Collect Call James. You are watching You Have a Collect Call From. And life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we are out. Do you appreciate the support? Hell yeah, 110%. That's what I'm always telling you guys. Thank you guys. Anytime anybody follows, appreciate that. When you guys are tapping the finger, possibly getting carpal tunnel, appreciate that too. I appreciate you guys. I know you guys got hundreds and thousands of people you guys could be watching. You guys could just keep on scrolling. But for whatever reason, you guys stopped here. And you guys been coming back and back. So highly appreciate that. Let me see. And she says, just asking because you only support 53 of the others. So what I'll say about that is this, Taylor. I don't, as far as like me consuming like videos and whatnot on TikTok, I really don't. So, if there's something that somebody's posting up and I do like, hell yeah, I'm a follow. For sure. But I don't have that, I can't do two things at once. I could either be here behind the camera and putting these videos up, or I could be watching somebody else. But I'm definitely gonna focus on myself, Ain't nothing wrong with that. So hopefully that answers your question. Will you be on at 4? So I'm gonna run the stream at 4 o'clock on YT, but I won't be here. I won't be, commenting on one of that. That one's gonna be running on its own. I wish I could be on here all the time. I'll be back tomorrow in the morning at 4 a.m. The first court in Maricopa County. That one I'll be on that one, and then tomorrow throughout the day I'm gonna be free somewhat, so I'll be jumping on more if that makes any sense. All right. Anyhow, hey, I appreciate you guys. I am Collect Call James. You are watching. You have a Collect Call From. Laying like a candle in the wind. Life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, I'm out. Hey, 20 Moonshine, I'm looking at you. Gracias. And with that, I am out. All right. On YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and cut this really quick. I'll go ahead and start it up before the next stream, before it comes on at 4 o'clock. All right. Thank you guys. And you guys have a good one.